Today we're going to talk about what's going on in Oklahoma City and many other counties and states in America coming up in April. I just want to have this on your radar so you guys know what's going on, okay? There's an eclipse about to happen. Everybody's talking about it, but I want you guys to know what's going on behind the scenes as we get ready for this eclipse. I'm going to read you a couple news stories, and I want you to let this stuff sink in a little bit. In Oklahoma, the National Guard will have guardsmen present for the total solar eclipse on April 8th. 27 members of an elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear unit will be housed. Residents are being urged to stock up with 1 to 2 weeks of food in advance of the event. Communication facilities could become overloaded, possibly making cell phone calls difficult. There will be about 150 other first responders and volunteers. The state troopers will be scattered throughout the county, he said. Residents are being urged to stock up with 1 or 2 weeks of food in advance of the event and have their fuel tanks full. It's also considered likely that communication facilities could become overloaded, possibly making cell phone service obsolete. Okay, I have another story out of Texas. County declares state of emergency ahead of the total solar eclipse. They've already declared it a state of emergency. In Belton, Texas, a judge in Texas County has ordered emergency measures in an effort to handle the hordes of total eclipse viewers who will descend on the state in April. Here are some of the cities that this eclipse is supposed to hit. They're kind of outlining these cities where these are going to hit, right? Nineveh, New York; Nineveh, Ohio; Nineveh, Texas; Nineveh, Virginia; Nineveh, Pennsylvania; Nineveh, Nova Scotia; and Nineveh, Indiana. And do you guys know about Nineveh in the Bible? April 7th is Easter. Easter is the pagans. I don't know did you guys ever do any homework about Easter? Do you know where dying eggs come from? The pagans would take blood and they would smear them on the eggs because the eggs represent fertility. Can you even imagine that you've been sold pagan ways into your Christian beliefs? You have. I do not remember biological scientists and radioactive scientists and all this hype over this stuff, right? I don't remember National Guard is being deployed. I don't remember any of that stuff happening on any other eclipses. What have we learned about keeping people safe?
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth?
In 2025. An international forecasting website, Deagle.com, published an interactive graph where it projects future prospects or trends for any nation in the world that you click on. Although the graph has been updated since 2013, their site currently charts changes in population, GDP, and other national factors of almost every country in the world from 2017 to 2025, allowing you to easily cross-compare the statistics.
So Deagle forecasts different things, growth, and if we look at these countries right here, you see China, there's 2 dates. So you have 2017, and let's see if I go over here and give you the country list, which is down at the bottom, and 2025, and it's such a interesting, right? There are 209 countries listed below. View the 2025 forecast. And when they were confronted with this, because when you look at the United States of America, in 2017, population 327 million, their forecast for 2025 is 100 million people. So when they were asked about this, back, I think it was in 2017 or 2018, they said, well, it'd be due to economic conditions. They expect a gigantic crash to happen, and people will leave the U.S. But when you add all the numbers together, which I did, it shows there's about 550 million less people in the world than there in 2025 than there is in 2017. So 550 million people are gone from the world as far as their forecast. So when we look at this, here you see that top number in red. That's China's population. Now, here they're showing it's going to go down. And, if we look at that, we're looking at about 22 million people less. So that's interesting because originally, in the other numbers, it just showed it flat. India's population is going to go up, and it looks relatively significant there. Now Russia's population is going to go down slightly. Japan's population is going to go down by about 23 million. As you can see, there's a difference, 23 million. Brazil's goes up about 3 million. The United States population, now they're forecasting it to sit at 99,553,100 people in 2025. And they're showing us currently at 326,620,000. That's a lot of people to not be there anymore. It's just interesting to look at these numbers. Here you see Indonesia gained 7 million people, so they go up. Interesting too, there was an article today talking about a lot of Chinese manufacturing jumping to Indonesia as well. I forget where I got that article from. Here you see Mexico increases slightly. Perhaps it's people leaving the U.S., and actually Central America and South America gain people. Now, if you look at these countries, right here, you see Italy drops like 19 million people. France drops 28 million people. That's huge. Canada loses 9 million people, about a third. South Korea, big loss there as well. It goes from 51 million to 37 million. You see the Netherlands drops population. Pakistan gains population. Pakistan gains a lot. Actually, it gains about 14 million people. I almost wonder if, what's up with that. That's kind of weird. Iran loses a little bit of population there. I guess that looks like maybe around, what is that, like 45,000 people, something like that. Thailand loses population. Turkey loses 9 million. That's big. Egypt gains about 8 million people. Malaysia gains like 2 million. Nigeria loses 3 million. Philippines gain like 13 million people. Germany, look at the loss on Germany. Germany goes from 80 million people population to 28 million. That's massive. Yeah, massive drop. And did we cover the UK? Because the UK has a huge drop too. So Germany is massive. Spain, big losses, almost cut in half, 48 million to 27 million. Saudi Arabia loses about 3 million people as well. You see Colombia gaining almost a couple million. Argentina loses 3 million. So it has to do with political alliances, I would think, and war as well. Taiwan loses like 5 million people. Australia loses 8 million. They go from 23 million to 15 million. Poland loses 5 million. And we see the trends continue. Bangladesh, gains 19 million. That's not earth change related, because Bangladesh is so prone to flooding and all sorts of earth changes there as well. And we look at Romania losing 4 million. Iraq loses 6 million. Belgium loses 3 million. South Africa loses 9 million people. Venezuela loses 2 million, and you got to wonder about that too, right? Finland loses population there. Peru gains. Austria loses. Sweden loses. Almost all the European nations lose. Kazakhstan loses people. Switzerland does as well. There's the UK, all the way down to 47. The UK goes from 65 million people to 14 million people. 65 million people to 14 million people.
Deagle is partners with and clients of the NSA, NATO, the World Bank, the United Nations, and other national and international agencies. They say the economic and demographic data used in the making of their forecasts is widely available by institutions such as the CIA, IMF, UN, and USG. Also, they make it clear that they are, quote, not linked to any government in any way, shape, or form. Either way, what will happen?
Due to the mature nature of this content, language, and depth, viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Then he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
This man's saying that he don't gotta use no credit card or nothing to pay for this water right here. Oh, I got my, okay, thank you. Whoa, wait a minute. What barcode? Hold on.
This is an Omega Watchman Media Group
We'll
production.
soon be able to pay for your groceries with just the palm of your hand. Amazon is planning to add its palm recognition service to Whole Foods and to Amazon Fresh stores. By the end of the year, the technology allows people to skip the card or the cash and just hover their hand over a payment device. Amazon says the palm is the safest area to use because people can't be identified by it.
Wait, but they can be identified by it, by Amazon.
Yes, exactly.
They can't be identified by it, except
for
by
us.
us.
I'm about to pay for my groceries with my... That's the coolest thing ever.
How do you do that? Time with your palm.
Yeah.
What's actually?
This is me casually walking to get my groceries, but it's not as casual as it might seem. Let me show you what I mean by that. I got everything that I needed. I got my fruit, I got my yogurts, mint tea, and now it's time to pay. Well, because we're in Silicon Valley, I am not going to pay with my credit card. I am going to pay with my palm. The thing is, there's this new technology that lets you connect your credit card and your ID to your palm so that you don't have to carry any credit cards with you anymore. You don't even have to have your phone with you. This is my total. This is my palm. This is me scanning it. And I would later be able to see my purchases in my Amazon account. Do you think it's convenient or just another way to track us everywhere?
Let's get straight into this. I recorded this on Sunday, but I'm posting it today. California, a Whole Foods store had a machine in it. Somebody posted they're starting to build these. Pay with your hand, pay with your palm. It's getting serious out here, guys. I post videos every day about prophecy, about things happening, but one of the prophecies the Bible talks about was you won't be able to buy or sell anything unless you have the mark of the beast on your hand or on your forehead.
Food shopping in the future, no checking out, and the ability to pay with your palm. So I'm visiting Washington, D.C. and I heard that they have a Whole Foods where you don't have to use any kind of scanning, any kind of checking out. They just know what's in your cart as you walk out of the door. So I had to see it for myself. The store itself is essentially like any other grocery store, but one thing that I did notice is that basically everything is in packaging, or it's priced per singular item. So basically there's no option to pick as many apples as you want and weigh them out, or pick as many onions as you want and weigh them out, or buying bunches of things, or one grapefruit for $2, etc. This was the olive bar. The whole cheese section was not self-serve. It was super weird. You can buy bags in the store and you just put everything in your cart and then you literally just walk out and you scan whatever you scan to get in, but you don't actually have to scan anything either. It was a super surreal experience. I honestly don't know how I feel about it. I don't think that it's necessarily taking jobs away because there's tons of people working to stock the store. Now here's where it gets a little bit dystopian. You can go in and register your palm. So all you have to do is literally put your palm on this device.
Now here's where it gets a little bit dystopian. You can go in and register your palm. So all you have to do is literally put your palm on this device.
Apparently you will connect it to something in your Amazon account or your card, and then every time you want to enter a store, you're just gonna scan your palm. It's super crazy. And I also didn't know how much I was spending until I got out of there. They told me how long I spent in the store, and then they sent me a receipt later, and it felt really expensive.
They told me how long I spent in the store, and then they sent me a receipt later, and it felt really expensive.
Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the four living creatures saying, 2 pounds of wheat for a day's wages.
I can honestly say I hope this does not become the shopping experience.
Show you how it works. You need to sign up on Amazon One kiosk. You insert your credit card and the machine scans both of your palms. Then you enter your mobile number and agrees with terms of use. You're all set. I didn't believe that it worked that simple and decided to check it straight away. I just got something to drink and went to the cashier. And this is the moment. I just paid using my palm. Can you believe? What do you think about this technology?
I'm about to show you something, and this is where I'm about to go in and show you this. Check it out. There it is. Pay with your palm. Transaction. So everybody's ignoring that, but it's here and it's going to continue. And now that they have the pay with your palm at the self-checkout in Whole Foods, now they're not accepting cash at those self-checkouts. So this is just the beginning, and get ready. Do not take it. Do not take it, people. Do not. Okay, just came out of my usual Whole Foods, and they have this thing, I don't know why I didn't film it, I didn't do it, where you can put your palm down to pay. What do we think of that?
And they asked me to read my palm. I'm like, nah, I'm not into astrology and chakras and all that. They're like, no, you can pay by using your palms. I just posted a picture of this on Instagram. People are like, what is that? And yeah, supposedly you can store your palm on their database and they connect your credit card to it. So they sell it as, oh, it's super easy and convenient, it's more secure because you can't steal. I mean, I guess you could steal someone's palm. You store your credit card information on
a good time, I could never lie, but I'm done with the high and dry. It was a wrong race in the wrong time, when winning was already mine. Throwing in the towel, you were just on the